So do you know that every time you walk to any of the stores, you are walking to a corporation? In other words, you're just an instrument of debt. Let's face it, every time you walk into any of this registered corporation, you are presenting your birth certificate ID, right? All in capital letters, in order for them to generate funds from you. So every one of these corporations are here for profit. If you watch my birth certificate post, I mentioned that each one of these stores are all a subsidiary of the main corporation. They were all created to take money away from you. And guess where all your money are going? To the same bank, the Federal Bank Reserve, who owns your corporation, which is the country name that you live in. They're all in the same corporation, the Federal Reserve. Well, guess what? The Federal Reserve is now bankrupt. Well, guess what? The Federal Reserve is now bankrupt. In other words, the fiat money that you're using today, the paper money, the plastic money, not backed by gold, is no longer valid in any country that you visit. Because every country now is joining the quantum financial system, a currency that's backed by gold or silver. Unlike the fiat or petrodollar that you are using today, the plastic money is made out of thin air. In other words, it doesn't generate any income for you anymore because the Federal Reserve is bankrupt. So for now, the UK, Canada, Australia, China are all in it together to keep the dollar afloat. But really, they're not winning this race. The economy will be shut down to make sure the new financial system is up and running effectively. That means during this time, you're going to lose internet connections, media connections, food supplies connections. So my advice to you right now is get some money, some cash out of the bank system while you still can. Because during the time of the darkness, you're going to need to exchange money with somebody that can perhaps use it. Or get as much money as you can, because once you go into the quantum financial system, when they start calling your name in to come in and get your card, your new bank card. So my advice to you right now is take all your reserve from your bank and stash it for emergency until the new quantum financial system is up and running. When they start calling you in to get your money back from God, because that's what it is, what Trump is doing right now. He's taking all the hidden wealth that belongs to humanity and it will be divided maybe equally. In other words, any money that you generated over your lifetime that you work hard for will be returned to you. Any taxes that you paid to this false government will be returned to you. So yeah, when Scotiabank, you deposit money in there and they charge you monthly administration fee, it just goes back to the same reserve money. Same thing for Dollarama. Everything you spent in there goes back to the Federal Reserve anyways. Or to the Remax store. Remember what I said. Every money you spend goes back to the same treasury. And then they issue printed money so you can receive some kind of income from the work that you think you're doing. The work that you're not benefiting from. Instead, they're benefiting from you. So remember what I said about the municipality of Wasaga Beach? Well, Wasaga Beach is just another corporation for profit. Because you're not saying anything about your sovereignty or declaring yourself as a living person, of course they're going to send you a property tax. Remember, you're just a debt instrument. You're a straw man under your birth certificate name, your capital letters. So again, until you declare to your municipality that you are now the administrator and beneficiary of your account, you will continue to pay your property tax. That applies to any country of the world. because they all use the same laws. They all get funded by the Federal Reserve. Every Federal Reserve in each country reports to the same treasury of darkness. In other words, the oligarchs and cabals of the world that controls the financial world system of humanity for fear and control. Are you getting this yet? So when a police officer stops you, he's just another corporation. When he stops you, he looks at you as a debt instrument. In other words, he's gonna make money from you. So you can ask him, are you a corporate entity here for profit? Now he's gonna try and give you the menu, right? Because that's what it is. They're offering you a menu from his list. Show me your ID is a menu. Roll down your window is a menu. He's gonna tell you what's inside the menu. Speeding. You missed the stop sign. Brake light is not working. Car exhaust is leaking. Forget to signal. All these are example of debt instruments that you had to pay. Remember what I said. You have an option in life on earth. You can refuse all those menus. You can refuse to show your ID and refuse all the menus he just listed to you, because all menu are assumptions until you take it. Can refuse all the charges because, again, a menu is not an order until you take it. Because that's what it is, right? They're just trying to administer the menu to you. It's up to you if you want to take it or not. The same thing when you walk into a court system. Court systems is another corporation for profit. Court system is in the same payroll as the police officer. So what do you think what's happening? They're working hand in hand to commit a fraud on you, because you're nothing but a debt instrument to all these industries that I just showed you. Are you getting this yet? Am I awakening you yet? So here's an example for you, okay? I took the DMB corporation license plate and put my own. It's private. In other words, I'm telling all the corporations out there that I'm no longer in the system. Other words, all their menu doesn't apply to me anymore, because I'm refusing their service of menus. Because remember, two can play the game. You just have to play it better than them. The more you believe in the system that exists outside of you, the more it will cost you your life. Because that's what it is, right? You work for them. You literally go to work every day to pay out all these services. You're basically sending back your salary to all of them. You're giving back your salary to the tax CRA. Tax is really not mandatory. It's voluntarily. Again, CRA is just another corporation. Are you getting this now? Once you awaken your soul, you can actually request from all these corporations to send you your money back that you paid out towards them, such as the CRA. When those debt collectors calls you on a monthly basis, harassing you by phone, by email, remember what I said, all these creditors are not creditors, they're debtors. In other words, they owe you money, not you owning them. So yeah, you want to spend your credit cards? Go ahead, because it's your money. That's why it's called credit. They're giving you money to spend because it's your money given to them by the reserve industry for you to spend based on your capital on your head, the bonds on your head. Same thing for your mortgage, okay? That's why you don't own any mortgage, because you are really the lender, not the borrowers. Are you getting this yet? Am I awakening you yet? So get ready for the shutdown, because it's about to happen. Your life is about to change for the better. If there is an alien invasion happening, they're coming for peace, love, and unity, not harm. Embrace them and welcome them, because they're helping you change your life for the better. Are your family of souls.